What is a virtual Chief Information Security Officer, or vCISO? A virtual Chief Information Security Officer, or vCISO, serves as an essential solution for organizations that want the value and the advantage of a seasoned professional without the cost associated. A vCISO is a cybersecurity leader with specialized knowledge and experience in governance and compliance, security, a thought leader to instill the agility to detect, prevent, and mitigate emerging cybersecurity threats, optimize cybersecurity services with executive information security leadership, guiding the relationship between your cybersecurity analysts, engineers, architects, project managers, by conducting a thorough risk assessment of the company's cybersecurity posture and the overall business trajectory. A vCISO may plan a proactive strategy to reduce future vulnerabilities. The vCISO combines client knowledge with industry experience to offer the best cybersecurity advisory services and build a proactive strategic method that offers data protection, governance, compliance. A roadmap will be created based on the company environment, cybersecurity risk assessment, and concentrate on the highest impact vulnerabilities. The responsibilities of a vCISO will include aligning the cybersecurity program with a reliable cybersecurity framework, enlist client cybersecurity strategy with information technology and business goals. Do you have an access control policy? How about a remote access control policy? Something that's extremely important is an acceptable use policy for your staff, and also a password management policy. What are your password standards for complexity, password length? Review and develop IT security policies and procedures, including incident management and escalation protocols. Oversee vulnerability assessments, penetration testing, and enterprise application security evaluations. No, your vCISO should not be running the Tenable Nessus scanner or Qualys vulnerability management tools, but actually understanding these issues that are the result of your assessments and penetration testing, and developing a priority-based approach to resolving these issues with recommended remediation and mitigations. Assess and mitigate security risks through proactive identification, analysis, and remediation of vulnerabilities. Consult with clients on business continuity, impact analysis, disaster recovery, and incident response planning. In the case of a storm or a fire which may shut down one of your lines of communication for internet access, what's your best response for that? If there is a server that is compromised at one of your company's locations, how is your business going to respond and react to that in the best way possible? Are you going to quarantine the server? Are you going to allow it to remain online while you work on the problem? Coordinate and advise on vendor-specific partnerships, service level agreements, licensing, and solution evaluations. If your business uses a vendor application to store your employees' personally identifiable information on a non-encrypted database, what is that impact to your company? What is the potential for that data to be compromised and be available on the dark web? Everything is working great and a license expires for an essential IT resource How long is it going to take to recover? What is the coordination time between contacting the vendor, making the payment so the license is reactivated? How quickly can the service be back online and available? Are there any data transfer concerns? Has any information been lost in between the minutes or hours or possibly days that you did not have an active license to use? Act as a trusted advisor to executive leadership, providing regular updates and reports on the organization's security posture and risk management. Reports and presentations for the business executive team need to be geared towards the information that they need to make important decisions for the entire company. But a vCISO must also be able to speak the technical language with the IT team so they can translate the executive's expectations over into real world hands-on implementation of the policies and processes that they need in order to maintain compliance and ensure the highest level of security posture for their IT program. Complete work based on priority, follow through as promised, and set expectations for the company's cybersecurity program. If your company does not have a CISO or vCISO, really need to think about what qualifies someone to be in that position and the value that they add to your company. So to discuss some of the qualifications, of course, a degree is not 100% required, but it's something that companies do look for. Some of the bachelor's degrees that are beneficial to a vCISO are in computer science, information technology, or a related field. And of course, a master's degree is preferred. In addition to bachelor's degree, it is also great to have industry certifications such as the CISSP, CISM, CISA, CGEIT, CRISC, and vCISO. Professional working knowledge of information security standards and guidelines such as ISO 27000, NIST 800 series, NIST Cybersecurity Framework, CIS, PCI DSS, and HIPAA. This role requires strong leadership and communication skills to engage with executive stakeholders and technical teams effectively. Proven experience in a senior information security role with a minimum of 10 years in cybersecurity and 5 years in a leadership position. It takes business information security standards, guidelines, culture, policies, procedure, and management to create a comprehensive cybersecurity program. Essential steps to implement an information security program include building an information security team, inventory and management of assets, assess and manage risk, develop an incident management and disaster recovery plan, inventory and manage third-party risk, apply relevant security controls, establish a security awareness training program, and audit controls for effectiveness. Cyber strategists will develop an information security program that balances protection with the technology operations needs of the business. As risks to information systems increase, business leaders must protect resources with a dependable security program. Executives are more likely to buy into cybersecurity plans when the objectives are presented at a high level with clear business benefits. An enterprise security charter document establishes accountability for protecting information systems and provides a mandate for the CISO to establish and maintain the security program. Executive leadership is required to understand and endorse the charter to verify sign-off on scope, roles, and responsibilities. Security team execution is enhanced with Information Security Steering Committee decision contributions. Representation from key business unit stakeholders improves the quality of information security solution choices. Having a roadmap that links security projects to business requirements, risk, and vulnerabilities enhances the perception of the information security team. Agile security planning, implementation, and operations opens pathways for fast response to emerging threats. Developing business partner agreed principles to sustain secure operations internally and externally. Without profitable business outcomes, there is no corporate infrastructure for cyber warriors to defend, so keep the focus on the business first. Automated updates should be conducted wherever possible to avoid human error when managing security controls. Quarterly and annual vulnerability assessments deliver measurable proof of the company's security posture. Security program goals, risk prevention, detection, and response are coordinated and validated with cybersecurity governance. Privacy and information protection functions should be ingrained in every aspect of a business. The board of directors, management team, and internal audit are critical to implementing the right information protection controls. Governance of information security culture, data ownership, and policies enable information protection by the efforts of the board of directors. Executive leadership must dedicate significant resources to make sure information management controls are effective, supported, and understood throughout the organization. Since executives are ultimately responsible for business information protection, they must look for ways to find continuous process improvement. Information classification is best suited for staff and management that work closely with the data requiring protection. Creating, communicating, and enforcing information security program related policies and procedures simplifies organizational risk management. Business unit stakeholders tend to not accept corporate security policies unless they are well known, up to date, and applicable to associated resources. The business cyber general should be empowered to coordinate, manage, recommend, and escalate information system issues. CISOs typically maintain access to all IT resources and help interpret laws and regulations related to the company's sensitive information. Advising the board of directors and top-level management regarding information risk is an essential component to the C-suite cybersecurity professional. Information security architecture alignment with enterprise cybersecurity governance simplifies visibility into control selections. Role-based and privileged user cybersecurity awareness training emphasizes best practices. Defining and implementing identity management, physical, digital, and remote access controls defends the network in multiple phases. Continuous security monitoring solutions must be in place to detect malicious events as quickly as possible. Does your business have readily available documentation regarding cybersecurity program threats, vulnerabilities, and solutions? Remediation planning should be defined with the management team following discussion of vulnerability scan results. Red team security tests display how well security controls are functioning. Cyber investigations help determine the cause and effect of malicious network activities. Communication with stakeholders inside the organization, external vendors, clients, partners, and law enforcement aid in the incident response lifecycle. Incident response steps should be executed when negative cybersecurity events are identified. Overall impact to the organization must be the focus when reviewing negative cyber event response and recovery. Mitigation procedures should highlight paths to limit the expansion of an attack and how to resolve the problem. Proper incident handling revolves around restoring normal business operations. Lessons learned after a breach complement an organization's security processes and documentation. Will your security program implementation be consistent with organizational security policy and risk tolerance? Risk management looks at business opportunities with consideration for threats and vulnerabilities. Determining the value of the assets at risk leads to the appropriate level of risk mitigation resources to commit. Business should conduct internal and third-party risk assessments with regulatory requirements, PCI DSS, HIPAA, SOC, and ISO 27000 in mind. New revenue generating opportunities call for business information security officers to research new technology integrations for potential problems. A knowledge management function that collects and maintains information security program data holds all participants accountable. Coming down the home stretch, I must emphasize the most important elements of an information security program. A good security program begins by determining the business expectations for information security. Next, the CISO must help define the organization's current information security posture. The business impact assessment, security audit, risk assessment, and gap analysis place all IT resources under the microscope. A roadmap to encourage the development and buy-in for the security program that will realize this strategy is available at this point. Appropriately managing the security program will help meet business objectives and expected results. Policies, standards, procedures, and security guidelines steer security program implementation and management. Security architecture provides a framework for creatively handling complex security elements and projects. Setting the classification level of information technology assets for criticality and sensitivity is a great way to spot the necessary safeguards. Risk identification, evaluation, mitigation, and business impact analysis actions are empowering for the security program. A fast and reliable reaction to cyber incidents and emergencies will keep business operations active. Security awareness training programs for all users within the business speak to web browsing, email use, social engineering, and more. Including the cybersecurity team in the software development lifecycle, other IT projects, and change management promotes built-in protection instead of bolt-on security. Defining and monitoring metrics is a mechanism to assess the achievement of security objectives. An information security program with assigned roles and responsibilities is ready to tackle the most challenging technology issues in business.